Hey Claiborne, it's Saturday. It's been a minute since I've talked about Blender and I've learned a thing or two, so I thought I'd revisit my friendly rigged minifig and talk about animation. So you'll remember this guy from last time. One thing I've learned though is that he comes with a little empty thing which needs to be deleted before rigging. After that, the rest of this should be familiar. If you do need a refresher, you can check out my video on the topic. The next thing I've learned is that the reason I couldn't interact with the rig wasn't the absence of a middle mouse button, it was being in the wrong mode. For moving the rigging, we want to be in pose mode. Today, I'm going to walk through a simple walking animation to show how to animate. I really want to emphasize though that what I come up with here isn't a good walking animation. If you do want a good walking animation, this handy guide from Wikipedia will help. So according to the guide, the first thing we need to do is to put the two legs in mid-step with the weight moving to the forward leg. I didn't redistribute the minifig weight for each step, and that's definitely something that would improve the quality of the animation. Anyway, in order to interact with the rig, you need to use move rather than select. It's the 4 arrows. Then you can move the step just like I moved the fig in the past using the red, green, and blue arrows. In order to make an animation, I'm just inserting keyframes the same way I edit my videos for Blocky Talkie and capturing the whole model so I don't have to focus on specific parts changing, though I'm sure there's lots of value in doing that for complex animations. I'm also spacing the keyframes out evenly by 20 because it's easier. The next keyframe should have the weight moving to the forward leg and the drawing the two together, so instead of doing that, I'm just going to bring the two legs back together in a semi-standing position. If you do want to redistribute the weight, there's a little triangle at the waist that you can pull forward or push backwards to change where the center of gravity of the minifig is. The other thing to note here is that I'm not actually moving the minifig. When I tried to do this, I ended up walking out of the big circle at the bottom, which is sort of an anchor for the whole rig. So while my minifig is going to look like it is walking, kind of, it will stay in one place. If I were to want to see it move in a scene, I'd probably want to position it absolutely or on a path while invoking the walking animation, but more on that another day because I don't know how to do any of that right now. The walking animation only has 4 frames, but we're going to have to make 5. One will be the last frame, or in my case, bringing the two legs back together to the standing position, and the other will be a repeat of the first frame. The reason to repeat the first frame is to allow the animation to loop so that it looks like the minifig is walking continuously. I suppose if I had put the first stepping on frame 20, I wouldn't need that, but it's a little late for that now. Once I have the keyframes for 0, 20, 40, 60, and 80, I need to shorten the animation loop from its default 250 to 80 so that I'll pick up at the end rather than just hanging out frozen. But once that is done, I can just click play and I get a passable animation for a minifig swinging its legs that I might pretend looks like walking. Claiborne, I'll see you on Tuesday.